Oh hey everyone, my name is Chucky Bartolo. I have just spent around 3 minutes faffing around with my set on camera trying to make it look decent. And welcome to Master of Jack, a brand new show on my channel that will be coming out once every month, where I will spend 3 to 4 to 5 hours learning a skill I have absolutely no idea how to do. This week I thought I would throw it all the way back to my Maltese heritage and attempt to make pastizzi properly with the actual flaky pastry as it should be. As I'm sure you can tell from everything about me as an individual, I don't know how to make puff pastry, so that is what we're going to be attempting to learn, the whole pastizzi process. I will be filming it and talking over it. If you came here just for the recipe, you can skip to the time that will now appear here because I cannot do that in post. But in the meantime, I do hope you enjoy my new show style. I do hope you have any suggestions. You will tell them to me for stuff I need to learn how to do. This is going to be a bit of film and edit, but I think it's worth it. I think it's fun and different. So without any further ado, you're going to see me change from this wonderful white outfit to something a bit more casual that I'm comfortable dropping butter on. Because yeah, so anyway, I will be talking over that, so this video will make no sense without sound, as do most videos. But anyway, without further ado, which I've done a lot of doing, let us have today's Master of Jack, Pastizzi! Okay, voiceover voice, let's do this. The first thing you need to do is realize that your kitchen space is a complete mess and hate yourself for not having done this before. When you're done, you can feel good about it and wonder why there's a charger in the middle of your drying. Seriously, why the f*** is there a charger in the middle of the drying? Anyway, the next step is to set up better lighting and to test on your shiny bald head, and then frown because apparently that makes you look hotter in your head. Whatever. Grab some flour and some butter, extra because you knew you'd fuck up. Find a recipe that you like and attempt to show it stupidly on camera like that's going to work. It's a mobile and it never does. Grab a bowl and then tear it to 0, but take your time, you look dumb, it's fine. At this point you're going to want to remember that you don't have a sieve to use and you're going to use a cheese grater instead, and then get super excited when it actually works. Now, hate yourself when you realize you did have a sieve and you just noticed it in the monitor this whole time. Continue, because at this point you're too foreign to change your mind. Cool the flour in the fridge and ignore the gross avocado. Please ignore the gross avocado in my fridge. Make the space you need to fit the whole bowl in. And now put on a good playlist. Get some ice and use a protein shaker to measure your water, because your actual measuring cup is being used to hold your makeup brushes. Make cold water, I think? I'm not really sure why it's happening, but I did it anyway. Get salt. I only found this fancy salt and kind of feel bad about how much I needed to use. So you're going to drop a lot on the counter and then realize that it's a measurement in weight, not in like milliliters, so you're going to be very angry at yourself for that. Also, I think before I was changing the recipe, not actually putting on a song, because I was using rough puff pastry, and there is no way I was going to have rough puff pastry. I had to have the real deal or f*** off. So I changed my recipe at that point. That's what the screenshot is. Anyway, have a breakdown and enjoy a quick snack. Next, grab your tools, add some water, fish out the falling ice cube fishes, and then continue. Before dirtying your hands, choose a good playlist. I went with Rare Mariah Carey B-sides because of who I am as a person. After all that, mix. Hate yourself once more for trying this without a stand mixer, but you're too poor to own a stand mixer. After mushing it all together, you're going to realize that you made a heart shape, which is really cute, and then realize that a heart shape upside down is actually just a sack of balls. Continue to work it into a dense ball and then make a cross shape, because apparently that's important. It didn't really work for me, but I'm trying to be obedient. Also, wrap it up, but don't be wasteful, so don't use cling film or I will actually hate you. Cool it the f*** down in your fridge. After that, spread flour on your counter and have fun recreating a very old and very dead meme. Next, squish out all 4 corners of your dough and roll them out like a clover, but not the lucky kind, because I was already losing my mind at this point, so there was nothing lucky about it. The bump in the middle, by the way, is intentional. When looking at the recipe, make sure you panic a bit, because you realize they have a massive slab of butter in the middle and all you have is this tiny stick. So then cut it out, weigh it, and try to ignore the fear that's building. Avoid stacking it, it will fall down. Try using a 90s Tetris brainwave to create a full slab using the pieces that you have, and then fold in all the corners. Realize you failed folding in all the corners, think f*** it for a second, but then remember it will ruin everything if it starts to spill over, so start again. It literally says to beat it at this point. Roll it all out. Your hands will start to hurt, just FYI, so get creative. Fold it like it's the ground sheet of a tent and then repeat. Your hands will keep on hurting and that's going to cause a bit of panic, but it's okay. Fold once more and refrigerate it for 30 or more minutes. Repeat it 2 more times and get kind of sad that you underfloured it and it tore the dough. But get over that and then refrigerate. Take out your shopping bag to prepare the inside while it chills, and then realize that you forgot the main ingredient and absolutely hate yourself. Get dressed and enjoy shopping in the rain like a dumbass, and then enjoy your peas. At this point, you probably need to stop and sage your house because of all the bad juju you've released while making phyllo pastry. To make the filling, take your canned peas and struggle to open it with just one hand. Dump them into the same bowl you used to mix to save on wash up. Add paprika, notice it's stuck, take the big paprika and just throw it all in. Also add salt. Feel free to use the fancy one now with no guilt because you're actually going to be eating this. Mush it all together and then add some curry to make sure it stays Maltese. To get inspired with your puff pastry, take a small break for hummus and croissants. Next, make an exact measure coffee using the measurement spoons you had outside and realize how hard it is to mix hot water with such short measuring spoons. Roll it out for a 5th and 6th time, have a semi-breakdown.
I paused my music because I just had a panic attack. Imagine I do all this and then I burn them in the oven. I'll kill myself.
And then recover and continue. Next, you're going to want to butter your tray. From the dough you have now stretched out, take a big circle, realize you're not made of money, and then swap to making small circles to test the shape. So which shape do you guys think is going to work? Spoiler alert, none of them make real pastizzi shapes, and that's okay. Now ignore the dirty windows of our oven, but please, they're looking really cute. So I'm sitting here on my floor. Listen, this is one of the first videos I haven't given a shit about like hiding all the rubbish in my house. But anyway, they seem to be rising, which is a positive sign. I've been here for like a million years. I'm covered in flour and sadness, so we'll see. Take the test circle you forgot to mention that you were doing earlier on in the voiceover and realize it's a fucking win! Success. Burn your hands to take out the others from the oven and test them all one by one. Voila! It's a real pastizzi only if you burn your mouth while eating it. Re-season the filling based on how you think it tastes and then make a mass production chain. Take a snap of the cooked one for the gram because otherwise is it even real, and then make the rest of the batch in the shape you preferred. To make sure that you stick with your Maltese heritage, do not consume these instantly, put them in a lunchbox and freeze them for some future date. You'll never know when you need a pastizzi in your freezer.
I'm going to take a bite of the first one that I've let cool. You know what? This is good. The pea mix is what let me down, which is sad because I just spent 4 hours making puff pastry. Sorry, not supposed to be muffin. So good. They're more like the posh Shema ones that you get from like Cafe Cordina. There's going to be an outro from me being a bit of a pretentious but me who's been in the kitchen for 4 hours trying to make this work is so fucking proud that that's worked. So anyway guys, please leave me. I'm clearly tired. Like you run the way that, hey everyone! No, it's exhaustion. If you have any suggestions for the things you'd like me to do that don't involve pastry, let me know. Anyway, back to the arrogant outro me.
Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I am filming this before I have even made the pastizzi, so they came so good, and or oh my god, that was terrible. Choose the ending that makes sense to you. The voiceover would have been done afterwards, so that would be a bit more close to the truth. My name has been Chucky Bartolo. Next month there will be a new Master of Jack, but in the meantime I also post another 2 videos a week over and above a podcast. I haven't started making it because I had no ideas, so put your ideas for videos, miniseries, Master of Jack podcast, anything you want down in the comments. I'm really trying to make this video thing happen again, and engagement really helps me, so likes, comments. I know it's sad to ask for them, but this is the truth. Not everyone knows that algorithms fuck me over, so if you have the time to just leave a nice comment, even if you just put a waving emoji, that's good enough for me. And I will see you all next month for this, but whenever the video comes out next. See you then, bye.